Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas. On this show, we'll be discussing issues related to Ward 1, and the Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem, who represents this ward, Lois Tarkanian, joins me now. Councilwoman, congratulations, because now you are our Mayor Pro Tem.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy this very much.
We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but first I want to tell everybody out there where Ward 1 is located, just so they're oriented here, if they're not exactly sure. It's in the center of all things.
City.
It is. It's the center of it all right there. It's where the city actually started, right there in Ward 1. If you live in that area, work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And as we said, you're represented by Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian. Springs Preserve is there, and that was really kind of the birthplace
That's
of
right.
Las
It was
Vegas.
the birthplace of Las Vegas, and it's right there in the middle of the ward.
That's okay. So, well, as we said, congratulations are in order because you are now our new Mayor Pro Tem. And for those that don't know, the Mayor Pro Tem fills in for the mayor when the mayor is unable to attend an event or chair a meeting or whatever it might be.
And when she goes to a convention or she goes to some very serious business, which she handles all the time, I'm going to have just lots of fun here in Vegas.
This is who you want to get to know then, because this will be the lady in charge. Councilwoman, we put this on social media the day that you were nominated by the council. We tweeted out, congratulations to Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian and her appointment by Mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, as her Mayor Pro Tem. And of course, the council has to ratify that nomination. And this is some of that footage that day from July 19th as you were being voted in as the new Mayor Pro Tem. We should say the former Mayor Pro Tem, Steve Ross, was termed out. He'd been on the council for 12 years, served 3 terms, and that's the maximum that you can have on the city council. So we needed a new Mayor Pro Tem, and Councilwoman Tarkanian and unanimously was selected by your peers. So always a good thing.
You know, I don't know. I may be the first woman Pro Tem.
I think so. I think so.
Wow, that's
at least
pretty good.
in my tenure, that's for sure. And I've been here a little while now.
Yeah,
so.
Unless there was somebody who was, well, of course we've had women mayors, but
yeah, but
I know I'm only the 4th or 5th councilwoman
exactly
in 100 years.
I know.
That I know.
And you know what's interesting, Councilwoman? It's funny that you mentioned that because on the city council now, there are 3 women.
I know it.
Carolyn Goodman, you, and now Michelle Fiore, who represents Ward 6.
I know it. We're really going now. Go, girl.
I know. See, times are a-changing. That's
changing.
Good. That's good. Mayor Pro Tem, tell us already some of your official duties. You've had to fill in for the mayor here and there. You fill in at meetings. You chair council meetings. If she has to abstain on an item, you'll chair the meeting.
That's right.
You did that at the last council
and I'm
meeting.
just there next to her to help in any way I can help too. And if she's not there, then I would be mayor. As I said, while she's doing serious business, we'll be having fun in Las Vegas.
That's right. So, well, congratulations, Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem, on your new appointment on the council. Something I know you're very excited about, want to talk about this. We've been talking about it for really quite a while. But Rex Bell School had a complete, not even so much a complete makeover. I mean, they rebuilt the school from the ground up.
The school was torn down except for administrative offices, which are left separate where they were. And then what was the playing field of the school, they built a brand new school.
Yeah, kind of flip-flopped,
It is absolutely gorgeous. Those windows you see up there, and look at these 2 little girls that we had. They were, and there's Catherine Martin, who's and the principal of the school. Catherine's been there just forever.
And Councilwoman, this school, Rex Bell, the original, was one of the oldest schools in the system.
Yes, it was one of the oldest and was supposed to have been replaced way back about 1995 or 6, as I recall. They even took parents to visit what their school was going to look like at another new school, and they never got it done.
It kept getting pushed to the back burner, didn't it?
Yes, it did. So when I didn't see that school on the new schools list, the first list of schools, I started calling people I knew because they owed that to Rex Bell.
And you kind of made it a crusade because I think your point was that, hey, they've been promised this new school for a number of years. It's time that we see one there.
About 2 decades,
yeah. So Councilman, orient people if they're not exactly sure. Rex Bell is kind of south of the Palace Station,
Right,
roughly.
right.
Yeah, right.
If you go right behind the Palace Station, there's a street that has Rex Bell on it, at the school there. And it's not very far. You can just take any of those streets that go from Sahara into the Palace Station area. You can take Teddy, you can take any of them and get there.
Yeah. Well, it's
You can't miss it. It's a big school.
I know, and it's such a far cry from what was there originally. Probably built, what, in the 50s, Councilwoman?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
Absolutely.
I didn't realize that they had basically raised the old school to build the new one.
Yeah. They tore down the old school and they built this modern school with great equipment, great technology. It's magnificent. This is a high-risk area, and so to have all those resources is just very exciting. And their principal is fantastic.
Well, and Councilwoman, I know you're one not to toot your own horn, but it's worth pointing out again that you had a big hand in seeing that school. We don't oversee the school district here at the city, but certainly we have many communications with them back and forth on a daily basis. And I know that you really did a lot.
I sort of pushed a little.
Yeah.
But
well, it was in need. That was an old
It was
school.
a need. It was a need. And the board responded, and I'm just very grateful they did, because I cannot tell you how excited those children were.
For those that don't know, Councilwoman Tarkanian's background is in education. She has her doctorate in education, and her whole career was as a teacher and instructor her whole life. And so this show has a theme very much associated with education, because not only did she help out at Rex Bell to make sure that came to fruition, but you've got we have a new program here at the city, our Cyber Academy, where we work with Rex Bell, speaking of Rex Bell, and other schools.
In Clark High School.
In Clark High.
We had it in those two schools.
Exactly.
Yes.
To really get kids immersed in technology. This is really the cutting edge technology.
Right, and we started in Clark High School, and we started trying to draw in more young women, because we know they need jobs. Many of them aren't going on to college, and the young men also, but women particularly were needed to move further in technology. And if now you can leave high school and you can get a pretty good paying job if you're really sharp in technology.
Yeah, for sure. And our IT department here at the city is an integral part of this, because our folks help run this academy in conjunction with the school district.
Absolutely, and in conjunction with interns from UNLV.
Everyone involved with the Cyber Academy, you included, had a chance to talk about it at the city council meeting that day. And you'll see some of the students came up, some of the instructors from the schools. Pat Cabrera from our IT department here at the city.
That's Pat. She did a magnificent job. There's the government teacher from Clark High School. The program she used in working with us, and she developed to show the governance and the voting during the last election. Her next year's class is overbooked because so many kids enjoyed it. The others learned about it and want to be in it. See the difference there in the green? It was showing the difference. That bar was green. It showed the difference in what the children learned from previous. They went up 20% in reading and 40% in math, which is unbelievable.
And Councilwoman, I think that's one of the points you made that day, as I recall, is that it isn't just about the technology. This type of education improves the students' skills in what we used to call the 3 R's, in reading, writing, and math as well.
Well, it was different in Clark High School. We were working on the learning government and showing what you could do with high school age students. The ones that were in second grade, at Rex Bell, we were working and teaching math and reading and other social skills at that time. And it was great. It just really great. You don't usually, in fact, it was so good, the school wants us to go into third grade next year. And I think we're going to be able to. We operate, by the way, we don't use money from direct money donations from the city, although our personnel help. But we raise it in the community.
Wow. Councilman, refresh my memory. Is this what year for the Cyber Academy? Is this this isn't our inaugural year, is it?
No, no, this is about our third year.
Third year, okay, all right.
4 years ago we started planning, and then 3 years
Launched
we started.
it.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And you know, when you begin to launch it, you begin to see what you need to do better.
Sure.
And this year, we third or fourth year, we just reached such a high level. I was extremely pleased.
Well, I've heard Pat and you talk about how when the kids enjoy the way that they're learning, it's not really like learning anymore. It almost becomes fun, and so they really excel.
When you go into a class that ordinarily does not show enthusiasm for learning, and they're laughing and talking with each other, and these interns from UNLV were fantastic. They developed a lot of the curriculum usage, and they'd have little competition between, and of course the kids love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, they did.
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations on another successful Cyber Academy this year. And we also should say, again, keeping with this kind of school theme, you have a new school in your ward, the Mojave Springs School.
Yes.
On South Rainbow. It's a private school. Is this their grand opening or the ribbon cutting that day?
Yes, that was the ribbon cutting that day, and that shows you their new sign with their new logo, and those were the parents outside waiting for the ribbon to be cut. And I'm reading a little proclamation from the council, and giving a little pep talk on how great it is to work and start a new school. And those are parents holding it, waving to you. These are what they call the pioneer parents, because they were the very first.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was part of the entertainment that they had. This is the first year of the school, so these aren't students from the school, but most of these are siblings.
Tell us about the school, Councilwoman. Is it mostly elementary school
Yes,
kids?
it is
all right.
elementary,
Yeah, okay.
right? Preschool through the elementary grades.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
well, parents, there's been a lot of discussion about giving parents that option to try something besides the public schools. Maybe for whatever reason that's not a great fit. If you can afford it, nice to be able to have an alternative then. So.
It is nice to have an alternative. Now, some schools are able to get, not the private schools per se, but you know, they have certain types of schools that can get some state money. This isn't one of them, but just
You're charter schools, things like that,
absolutely,
right?
the charter schools can get some funding from the state. But parents believe so much in the needs of their children, they're willing to go out there and do all the work
Sure.
they need to do to raise the
course.
money and to get the good teachers and so forth.
Well, good luck to the Mojave Springs School there on South Rainbow.
Absolutely.
And it's been a while since I think we've had a private school pop open here in Las Vegas, so good for them.
Good for them is right.
And then, Councilwoman, again,
Another school.
I know. Well, here we go. You had your back to school fair and movie in the park. This was at Essex Park, July 28th, a couple weeks before school kicked off officially.
Right.
And a little breezy that night, but not bad. And it wasn't too terribly hot. But you handed out backpacks and got everybody all set for school, and then we had a movie in the park that night.
Yes, those are the backpacks. Christy Garners helps us get them for all the students we can give to. This Essex Park area, the Meadows surrounds it, the Meadows area. This area is one of the most grateful areas I feel in the city. To get the backpacks where we put the school supplies. And it was a beautiful evening, all those scorching hot.
Right.
And I said, oh my goodness, what's it going to
die.
be like?
It wasn't bad.
No, it was beautiful
yeah.
weather. It was a soft breeze, and they had a great time. That
was a lot of backpacks, and I love that you had plenty of options there. You could do blue, green, pink,
Well,
red.
that's it, and you'd be surprised, too. We even had khaki there, which I didn't think would be a big choice, but it turned out for the boys, they loved
you gotta
it.
go with khakis. Khakis
And
good.
the girls of the pink and the violet, of course. And I think here we also had vendors
oh yes,
and
yes.
from nonprofit groups that came out and shared some of their things, supplies for the children
get everybody
also.
prepared for school, right?
That's right.
Which is
That's
now
right.
underway.
That's right. It's underway now.
Councilwoman, we want to show everybody, this is great. We're going to shift a little bit away from schools for a moment. But Firefighters Memorial Park is out there on West Oakey. Beautiful park.
Yes.
Dedicated to firefighters who risk their lives every day to protect the
Right.
rest of us. It's a gorgeous park, and we've made some additions to the park and the area around it that just really, this is the park. This was originally opened back in 2002.
Dedicated to the firefighters,
exactly.
right.
But I got to show you the things that come along with it here. Now, this is some of the things that we've
This
just
show,
added.
yes, this shows the firefighters, and you have the silhouettes of them working in different poses. The fire hydrants are showing different kinds of hydrants used in different places.
Yeah, throughout
So
the city, yeah.
There's
yeah.
your Dalmatian there, and there, of course, is a wildlife from the desert. Look at that riverbed.
Yeah, great.
Jerry Walker, who heads this division, and his division, look at that crow eating up there. And he puts the trees in, too, like this,
Yeah.
just to sort of give an ambience, a beautiful ambience to the park.
And they dressed up the medians adjacent to the park as well.
Oh, yes, the medians going down Oakey, adjacent to the park, all carry the firefighter theme.
Yeah.
And great. Every time they do something in that department, I just think it can't get any better
First
than
rate,
this. And
yeah.
the next thing they do is even better.
Would really invite people to go out and check it out. If you haven't been out to Firefighters
Yeah.
Memorial Park, it's a gorgeous park. And at West Oakey, it's 6401 West Oakey, sort of between what Councilwoman Jones and Rainbow, sort of
Approximately
in there.
there,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Not far from Bonanza High School,
Right,
in fact.
exactly, exactly right. It's just adjacent to
It's a
Bonanza.
passive park, you know, we label our parks. You don't have the soccer games or the football. It's a park for people who just want to walk around
walk
and
their
enjoy
dog
the
and- yeah,
scenery
yeah,
and things. Walk your dog, absolutely right.
And of course, the message there is that we remember those who serve the community. We have a police memorial park as well. That's out in Ward
6, I think.
Or 4, or out in the northwest.
Yes, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. And then, of course, Firefighters Memorial Park is in Ward 1. So, and then, Councilwoman, this is very good. You recognize some young ladies. Girls soccer team from Las Vegas had some great success. You and Mayor Goodman brought them into City Hall on August 9th, just before
Right.
school resumed, to honor them. And here you are coming into the mayor's office there.
Yes,
Now,
they
this is-
couldn't come to one of our regular meetings because they would have missed school and they
Right.
couldn't do that. These are from all different schools, these young ladies.
Yes, they
and-
represent the Las Vegas Premier Sports Academy.
And they won the national championship for their age group in
Wow.
soccer. And that is something.
And not an easy thing to do.
Not an easy thing to do, but something certainly to remember.
It's interesting, Councilwoman, because you know the rap in the old days was Las Vegas. It's a small community, not a lot of great athletes come out of Las Vegas. But think about it. We've got Bryce Harper, Chris Bryant, the Bush brothers. We've got these young ladies that are coming up now. There's
Right.
For Las Vegas to be winning national titles
To
is,
win a
is a big
national
deal.
championship in soccer, which is women's soccer,
Yeah.
is played
Everywhere.
yes,
Yeah.
and to come out #1 is something you do need to honor.
Right.
So I'm glad we were able to do that in the mayor's office.
Well, congratulations, Las Vegas Premier. Well done.
They did a great job, right?
Well, we need to take a quick break, but when we come back, a new preschool opens aimed at getting kids off to a strong start. And there are a lot of reasons parents may want to look into this new school. That's next, so please stay with us.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Papa!
Welcome back. The Strong Start Academy has opened its doors, offering a new and exciting learning environment for preschoolers. And with us today to talk about this new school is Dr. Lisa Morris-Hibbler, who's the director of our Youth Development and Social Innovation Department here at the City of Las Vegas. Councilman, we should say, first, welcome to Lisa, but you had a big hand in creating this department, Youth Development and Social Innovation. What was the purpose behind that?
So that we could become more involved in the community and educational practices and try and move education up from the early beginning. I just want to say something. I've worked with many people in all the years I've been in education, and Dr. Hibbler Morris is one of the very best I've ever worked with. She is there every day. She's always dedicated to what she's doing. Besides that, her mind works so well. I told her, I said, well, I tell her, I said, now take some time to just have fun too, because she's all over the place, not just in the schools, but everything else that is in her department, doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Lisa, let's kind of give everybody some orientation as to where we are. We're not really trying to take over the school district or be the school district with your department, are we? We're trying to just help where we can, especially before school, after school, before kids really get to kindergarten, that kind of thing, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely, David, and thank you for inviting me on the show. We're really trying to provide the educational support that our district and families need in order for children to be successful. And you know, you'll see that roll throughout our country, that cities are really getting involved in the before and after school, also early learning, and to make sure that our kids thrive, and that's what cities are all about.
Yeah. Councilman, one thing we always see in surveys about the city, people like living in Las Vegas. They're generally pleased with the services they get from the city.
Right.
But one thing we always hear is they're disappointed in the quality of education here, that we
Yes.
need to try to fix that. So this is our way of trying to help raise that bar, as you said.
Right. Being a helping partner.
Yes, with the school district. Exactly right, exactly. So Lisa, tell us what the Strong Start Academy, there's going to be more than one location, but tell us what the Strong Start Academy is, why this is so important, why everybody here at the city is so excited. We got some video of the one at Lorenzi in Ward 5, but we're also going to be opening one on Alta, which is in Councilwoman's Ward.
Yeah, we're super excited about the Strong Start Academy, and a part of it is, David, is that it's part of a statewide effort to increase access and quality to early childhood education. So our governor received a grant specifically for early childhood education, and one of the things that we realized is that we didn't have the infrastructure. And so the city could provide that infrastructure. And so what the Strong Start Academies represents are that we have purchased those facilities and then renovated them using redevelopment education set aside. And then we sought operators that would provide that high quality care that we were looking for, specifically targeting low income children, but not exclusive to low income families.
And Lisa, the idea here, at least with Strong Start, is to catch them when they're young, right? The kids are really young. And then we're looking to get the ribbon cutting at the Lorenzi facility. You were there that day, Councilman.
Yes.
We saw you too, Lisa, there in
It's
the video.
magnificent. Look at the little children and all that they have to work with. Large rooms, they'll have a great staff. When you go through it, particularly if you're an educator, you just get very excited. You get very excited.
And Lisa, again, the idea here is to get kids prepped for kindergarten, right? And then so on and so forth from there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we know so much more now. And, you know, as you said, the Mayor Pro Tem is a long-term educator. And what we know in terms of the brain science is that children's brains develop the fastest in the first 5 years of their lives, so from 0 to 5. So that early childhood education is critically important. And we also know that children that come from low-income communities tend to be behind in kindergarten. And I know that sometimes that sounds, you know, impossible, but if you don't know your colors and your numbers and all the things that you need, then you won't be on track for reading and for learning. So our focus is really to ensure that kids are on track to begin kindergarten and excited about learning. And that only comes when you have high quality early childhood education.
So, Lisa, Councilwoman, if I'm a parent and I'm watching this and I'd love to send my child or grandchild to the Strong Start Academy, one of them, how do I go about doing that? What should I do?
Yeah, well, all you have to do is you can have two ways. One, you can call 702-229-KIDS, or you can go to our website, which is www.lasvegasnevada.gov/education. And either one of them, you will find the information about both locations. And we hope to have additional locations in the future.
Yeah. How many students are we talking about at each location, Lisa, approximately?
At the Strong Start Academy at Lorenzi, that will be operated by Variety Early Learning Center, there we'll have about 220 kids.
Wow, big.
And then at the Strong Start Academy at Alta, it would be somewhere between 150 kids.
Now, they're operated by different operators, Lisa? Explain that to us a little bit.
Yeah, so when we first started with the Strong Start Academy at Lorenzi, we already knew that we were going to be moving Variety Early Learning Center into that location. And Variety's been in our community for 63 years.
Wow.
And so this was our opportunity to move them into a better location, and then also to help make sure that the quality of care that they were providing was the highest care. When we decided that we were going to continue to also invest in infrastructure, we put an RFP out, and then Ocelero Learning Clark County, they bid on that, and they are the Head Start provider for the state. So it gave us an opportunity to provide both subsidized care for low-income children and also what we call private pay, which is like market rate care.
Yeah. And RFP, that's city talk for request for proposal.
Yes.
So just to translate a little bit, we use a lot of acronyms around here. So, Councilwoman Lisa, we're kind of running a little bit low on time. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap up our discussion about Strong Start? I'm excited that it's got a beautiful facility, got the dinosaur thing on the wall. It's just gorgeous. And I know the one in Alton, your ward's going to be equally as impressive. So
They're all impressive, and the impressive thing about it is it's the organization, the concentration on innovation in education, and the hard work, as I said, Lisa has done with her group. It's an exciting thing, and it gives our families an opportunity to get that early start, which is so necessary to achieve.
Lisa will give you the final word.
You know, we're just excited to have the city of Las Vegas now join other cities across the country and be part of the early learning nation, and that's what we want to do.
All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck with your departments. Not many of us get to start a department from the ground up. You got to do that.
That's
here
right.
at the city,
She's
so.
made us part of another nation.
That's right.
That's
exactly
good.
Right. Exactly
That's
right.
good.
Well, good luck. You'll have to come back and give us an update on how everything's going later on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well, we always want to hear from you, so if you have something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Tarkanian, who's now our Mayor Pro Tem, by the way, as we said, you can be part of our next social media segment if you'd like, or you can just pick up the telephone by calling 229-6405 or send her an email. Her address is ltarkanian@lasvegasnevada.gov, and you know what, I see you on Facebook too, Councilwoman. You're there as well, so
Yes.
you're on social media
Yes.
too. So, well, great job to you both. Lisa, we'll have you back in the future, and Councilwoman, we'll see you back in 6 weeks with another update from
We'll be back.
Ward 1.
We'll keep busy.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem, thanks. We want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Access City Council. Don't miss our next show beginning August 24th with Councilman Bob Coffin. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.